All right. We are here. Let's do a quick sound check. Open up the chat on my phone here. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, sounds good. Oh, we have MiX on right side and Chykka on the other side. Let's fix that. Quality looks good enough. No drop frames. Oh, these guys are already ready. There's 6 the Clover. Okay, and we're off. Start the video about here, I guess. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. What's going on, everyone? CPAT here with another Exceed commentary. And today we've reached the finals of Chimera Summer Bash. Very exciting. Been a couple months, but we've made it here. We're gonna have MiX on red side with the Ken. His roster is Ken, Plague Knight, Hakum, and Carmine. We have Chykka on blue side, and his roster is Vega, Fight, Carl Clover, and Ken. So I'm actually pretty surprised that Chykka went for the Carl Clover first. MiX, no surprise. I'm pretty sure he's just rocking the same order the whole way through. He's going Ken, then Carmine, then Hakumen. Or sorry, Ken, then Hakumen, then Carmine. I was practicing with Chykka yesterday, though, and at first he was actually going to start out with the Fight. But I think we played a couple practice games, and we found that Ken wasn't super favored or anything. But Ken was quite favored. We're going to see the first strike come out here. The Volante, just slow. Really slow option here. I mean, he has enough guard to defend against the Hadoken or anything like that. We'll beat the focus, and we're already off. MiX immediately boosting light at range 3. Of course, Volante had to advance only 1, because if Volante advances 2, then, I mean, you get hit back, and that's something you definitely don't want to do. MiX now with the range 3 mix up at speed with +2 speed. Carl Clover gonna attempt to match it with the Allegretto. Interestingly enough, giving MiX a chance to strike here with +1 speed on his turn. Unless Chykka has like an EX Assault or something, like a really, really spicy EX Assault. And even EX Assault, right? EX Assault on Chykka's side would lose to regular Assault. Both of them being speed 7, so... I mean, Ken could, in theory, opt for a mix-up, go for a slower option, like a dive, which would be quote-unquote on-curve. Yeah, Carl Clover gaming indeed. Nope, we're actually just going to see the True Master come out. So now +4 speed, +2 power on Ken's side. Clover looks like he does not have a tech, because he immediately did not mash it. Clover getting out of dodge, yeah. Clover moving all the way back to range 6. Notably, Ken does still have Hado, which hits for 6 power. But you're not getting value out of a card like Spike, for example. Like guaranteed value, rather. But yeah, I played 3 games of Ken into Chykka's fight yesterday for practice. So I mean, Chykka went to the Clover now. So this is, I guess, a little bit unexpected. I think one of those games I only won due to like extreme variance, but the other two, and one of the games was close. I think it was 1 combat away, and then one of the games was a good victory for me. So I guess, I mean, I expected Ken to be super good into fight, but that wasn't really the case. Ken's range 3 defense was kind of bad, as we see both players just prepare. We're gonna see Clover. Okay, we're gonna see Ken, excuse me, run to range 3. Range 3 mix up now live with +3 speed on top. Clover can move to range 1, except no, you can't, because of course we don't have the critical for this yet. So this would only be, I guess it's still 3 speed over. So even if Clover moves to range 1, this would be an effective 177, right? If we're taking net speed into account. And that's, I mean, that's good, right? That's a good way to cash in. Ken, of course, with the insanely good ignore armor option at close range. Pairs well with the True Master, because then that means it just pops everything. We're gonna see Clover attempt to defuse this with a reading. Reading successful. Cantabile speed 7. EX Spike is speed 8. That is, well, I mean, trying to go for a reading there to defuse the boost. Unfortunately, MiX had the EX Spike, which was just pretty unbeatable, right? Ken will just Ken prep. I mean, that's really unfortunate for Chykka, actually. I mean, Chykka could have beat 1 Spike with the Cantabile, but not 2. Cantabile at speed 7 versus the EX Spike at speed 8. Just going for the bet that MiX only had 1, but he had the EX, so... I mean, MiX was not really losing that combat, but it sucks that Chykka threw a focus into it. So we're going to see an expenditure of 2 force, that's 3 force now, to change cards 3, drawing 4. Clover doesn't really have the best economy, so, I mean... decides that he needs better cards for now. Notably, Ken is in the sandwich. We'll take a look at Nirvana's ability here. If the opponent's... When you set your attack, if the opponent's in or between you and Nirvana's space, your specials and ultras gain +1 power, +1 speed. However, Ken also has the ability to turn Nirvana off just by being in her space or range. So if Ken's able to go first, Nirvana has only a couple ways to not be turned off. One of them is the Ultra, and one of them is this Ultra as well, and one of them's with the Exceed side Nirvana. Of course, Clover has no gauge right now. This is looking very good early for Ken. Very, very good. Both players have similar amount of resources. The saving grace is that, I mean, this Nirvana is just here. So you see second parry come out. Second parry, however, whiffs. Let's see the hand here. We see a hand of 0-2 EX Anima, Foco, and EX Latabilis. Strange looking hand, really. Double Duet is nice, but there's no real follow-up with the Double Duet. This is a weird looking hand. I'm not really sure Clover can... I mean, Clover is a light at the very least to threaten a speed 7 Foco. Ken still has a reading on deck, though, is the issue, so... I guess the only question is, did MiX parry with the reading in hand? So Clover's gonna have to get rid of these normals, right? Okay, and the parry was on Brio. Brio, of course, is a 1-4-8. We're gonna see the parry come out, just probably parry focus, I'm assuming. And hits it. Okay. So now both these players don't have to worry about reading for the rest of the... until reshuffle, at least. Clover didn't really have the best defensive hand, though, huh? I mean, EX Anima is 5 guard, but can get Nirvana flipped super easily. Foco speed 4 with no defenses. Cantata is unplayable, and Sweep is slow. I mean, at the very least, both spikes are down. Okay, yeah, True Master comes out, and how is Clover gonna deal with this? That is absolutely backbreaking. The second True Master there. At the very least, you can boost light, but you're still. I mean, now Axe Kick just looks like such an unbeatable option if you're Ken here. And yeah, I mean that's exactly what's gonna be, right? Just a 7 power crit Axe Kick. EX Anima does not have enough guard for that. EX Anima only has 5 guard. I guess you could take maybe Chykka's drawn a Brio since then. Chykka has drawn a Brio. So that's going to be a speed 10 Brio. Winning against the Axe Kick. So MiX taking a little bit of a bet there that Chykka would not draw the Brio. Unfortunately for MiX, Chykka did draw the Brio. And fortunately for Chykka, he's now like back in the game. Okay, we'll just want to make sure that game state and everything is good. These players, especially Chykka, is playing really fast. Like, faster than I expected him to. Anyway, Brio has a push 2 effect. So, Ken can either be pushed to range 1 or pushed back to range 4. The issue with range 4, of course, is Ken does have both copies of Hadoken up. Chykka says, yeah, I'm going to move you to range 1. He maintains the sandwich as well. Okay, yeah. Forgot to validate. Validates with the Anima. Interesting validating with the Anima. Just preps. Ken actions. Take a look at Ken action here. Close 1, draw a card. So basically close 1 and prep. Back to Clover here. I mean, Clover has the sandwich, and MiX is opting into the sandwich. Notably, MiX only has like a couple speed boosts left. He's down. He's got both Tatsus for quick attack. But he's down both Gurins and 1 sweep. So unless Ken is initiating, it might be kind of tough for Ken to match the speed, the additional speed here. If Clover is able to draw like a good punish. Notably, Anima becomes a slightly better card here. I mean, it's still not great, but it's 0 to 1, 6, 3, 3. Doesn't really have enough guard, right? For the amount of speed that it has. Maybe I would have expected Chykka, if he wants to hit an Anima, to keep EX Anima. So maybe that tells us that he doesn't even want to hit EX Anima. Chykka, we see a lot of times spend his gauge go for Exceed side Clover, where Nirvana cannot be flipped and is actually scary. Not that scary on front side. Although Sandwich is nice. As Ice Pop calls it, the sandwich. I should call it that too. But anyways, it is Chykka's turn here. We're finally taking a little bit of a breather here. MiX, I mean, looking at the card tracker here, MiX does have some spicy options at range 1. A little bit low on slows, right? Has EX and E-Bash, and a sweep for slows, but has EX Grasp for a fast option. With 6 in hand, 11 in deck. Chykka has 7 in hand, 11 in deck, so... I will say a lot of cards played for not that much damage yet, but... Okay, we'll see Chykka attempt to strike here. I mean, has some mix-up, right? Brio, Anima mix-up. Okay, so Ken will choose to hit Clover for 3. Anima is not stunned, so we'll draw 2. Opts to hit Clover over disabling Nirvana. Interestingly enough. So I'm actually shocked that Chykka went for the single Anima there. Ken preps. I mean, it is a mix-up, but it's just like this side of the mix-up is so weak. Especially when Nirvana can be flipped. Now, I mean, Ken doesn't even have to worry about that side of the mix-up. Both Animas are now discarded. And I guess it's technically okay for the Nirvana to be up for that reason. I mean, we have 1 copy of Brio left. We have Focos, but Focos don't really do a whole lot here. EX Foco is admittedly on curve at 7 power. And there's not a whole lot that Ken can do about it, although we do see the EX Assault up for Ken. Actually, just looking at the looking at what cards are up, Ken does have that EX Assault left, so you can't even strike with something like an EX Foco on curve here. This is looking very, very good for Ken early on. Notably, Chykka has 8 cards in hand, so if he wants to take a non-strike action, he will have to discard for a turn. That can be both good and bad. Although MiX has no parries left and no readings left on this first deck cycle. We're going to see the Swift come out. +1 power, +1 speed, before move Nirvana up to 1 space. So this is threatening... This Virtuoso is threatening something like an EX Confoco at speed 6, power 8. I think we saw 1 Foco in the hand when the hand was revealed however long ago. Ken says, okay, let's get out of there. Normally does not deal with the threat of Foco, though. Only retreating here, because Foco has... Take a look at Foco here. You may spend 1 force to move Nirvana 1 or 2 spaces, so Foco's obviously going to hit, especially with this before effect, so you don't even have to spend force for a Foco to hit. Ken does have EX Hadouken to his name at speed 5, but I'm not really sure what beats Foco here. Ken down both blocks. Felt like this move action doesn't actually change things a whole lot. And yeah, I mean, Chykka just going to strike here with a single Foco. EX Assault? Oh, EX Assault disables Nirvana. Sad. EX Foco there would have been just really good, but yeah, poor Nirvana does not get to hit here. All those resources down the draw. I think you did force Ken to spend EX Assault. Doesn't really have a whole lot of options at range 3, but now on his turn he just moves to range 2, right? Poor Nirvana gets disabled by the EX Assault at speed 6. MiX just taking the bet that Chykka would not initiate or did not have the EX Confoco, because that was actually unbeatable. At speed 6. Could not be turned off by the EX Assault at that range. Could be turned off by anything else? No, because you would need a speed 7 option to turn that off at range 2 for Ken. And Ken does not have a speed 7 option on defense at range 2. Without something like EX Cross or something like that. Okay. We're going to see Chykka prep. Nobody Ken is in the sandwich, but Nirvana is disabled, so basically for this next strike, Nirvana's not a thing. Pretty sad. Notably, you can turn Nirvana back on with a boost, I think. Yeah, with the boost on Brio. It's pretty expensive because you give up a Brio for it. And then, not only that, that's your second Brio, so now you've turned off Con Brio as a potential option for Ken to have to deal with in the future. This Fierce Boost. So what is this Fierce Boost threatening? On Ken's turn, it's threatening like an above curve Shoryu. MiX doesn't play those kind of cards, though. It's threatening like a second axe kick at power 7, speed 6. Criticaled. if Ken's able to strike. Not really sure there's anything in Clover's deck that can deal with that, with the Fierce boost up. If Clover strikes, he can technically strike with the Cross to attempt to diffuse that boost, but then, I mean, if you're striking with Cross, MiX can just respond with anything. No gauge for Ultras for Clover. Right, so like EX Latabilis is an option. Actually, no, EX Latabilis is only 6 guard. I thought that was, it would be 7, but it's only 6. Well, I mean, good luck dealing with this, Chykka. This is pretty brutal. This is kind of just a tier difference at this point. Ken, a good character. Clover, not that good of a character. Although, I mean, I guess things would look very different if Chykka had responded, if Chykka had initiated EX Foco instead of regular Foco. MiX just taking that bet that EX Foco was not in the hand of Clover. I mean, we have 7 in hand, 6 in deck right now. It was like 7 in hand, like 9 in deck at that point or something like that. Maybe 8 in deck. We are getting to the point where hand information is starting to get known. The only issue is that Chykka's 1 parry and no readings. MiX has no parries and no readings. So it's only going to really matter for like determining where to stand for combats. It's not going to matter for readings. What's up, Hans? Tier list difference about the size of the Atlantic? Yeah, I agree. Like Clover, if Clover takes a non-strike action, unless it's light, Ken has a free axe kick here. Clover will be down to 12. At the very least, the axe kick would spend a gauge, so it would be gauge neutral, but I mean, even then. So interesting. The parry focus from MiX on turn 1 has made these setups so much scarier for Ken. Because, I mean, Clover tried defusing it earlier. We're actually just going to see Clover strike here. MiX going for Shoryu. Went for a spike. That's spicy. The Shoryu has enough guard to cover Cross and Assault. And we'll just hit for 6. And we'll stun out the spike. Spike, I mean, closes in on the spike as well. Nirvana's back online, but now you're down 25 to 13. As MiX, you literally have to just contend with 1 Brio, and you're kind of set for the game until Clover reshuffles. The saving grace on forcing MiX to play Shoryu this turn is that he can't boost the Burning Passion now. I'm pretty sure, I'm like 100% sure that MiX's turn was going to be the Burning Passion had Chykka not struck. Actually, no, I mean, MiX would have played, or if MiX wasn't forced to strike with this. We're actually going to see the custom combo come out and now draw 2 cards, taking advantage. MiX has to discard 1 for end of turn. Discards the Hado. I mean, don't think Ken is going to be running too far away now, especially with this kind of positioning. How sad is it that Ken is just sitting here in the sandwich for like half the game and Clover can't do a thing about it? It's pretty sad. I mean, I guess there were a couple reads there, like the cross beat out the Anima. And then the EX Assault beat out the single copy of Foco. But even then. Okay, we're going to see the duet come out. Plus 3 power on a hit effect if you're between you and Nirvana. I guess this is the one downside of staying in the sandwich, is that now we have plus 3 power. But the only issue is it's so expensive for Clover, right? It costs an Ultra and a Force and a card to strike with, and you're striking on offense as well. So basically we have to read whether this is something like 6 power grasp or 9 power sweep or I don't know, 7 power brio. Could it be something spicy like a 10 damage Foco. MiX notably out of armor. So just has to make the correct read here. Place the grasp. Cantabile is speed 7. It's pretty low impact though. It only hits for 5. I guess gains advantage and draws Clover a card as well, but not a whole lot of damage off that, right? I mean, it's relatively safe. I mean, it's 1 to 3, 5, 7. That's gonna perform well, but we're gonna see Chykka go for it again. Again, like, even if Clover takes the lead off this, I don't even think it's the worst thing for Ken. Although Ken is now down Grasp. So going for the fast axe kick. Oh, no. Wait. What's happening? Why are we throwing away our guaranteed options like that? I mean, Ken is still probably fine, I feel like, but, like, MiX losing 2 reads in a row is kind of upsetting, I guess. Immediately boosts light. At range 1, though, I mean, we can see the options that Ken has left. They're not pretty options that pair well with light. So I don't... What's happening? This... I don't... What's happening? Does Clover have an avenue back into this game? I would have assumed no. But... I don't know, these are strange... Like, why boost light there with the cards that you've left? What benefits from light? At range 1, unless you're planning on not being at range 1. But, like, I don't know, MiX has 6 cards left. Clover has 7. See the Rhapsody come out here. Gets teched immediately. But yeah, we see this hand here. EX Tatsu, Shinryu, Hado, Nibash. We're at range 1 with a light up. Okay. I mean, feels like a waste, right? No. Feels like Ken's maybe better off like reshuffling there or something. Clover actually gonna match the light. Clover's card count's all wrong, by the way. It's nowhere close to being correct. Pretty sure I missed like multiple force expenditures. But Clover only has 5 cards left. I don't know what they are. Okay, I mean, Ken just going for the full reset. Change cards 6, drawing 7. Now this light looks a little more scary. Now you have a 5 damage ignore armor on deck. Notably, you do not have the ignore guard option on deck, because Clover spent the whole game in corner. Is Chykka going for a reshuffle here? Chykka had like a weird... Chykka's had a weird reshuffle timing as well, to be fair. Because he kind of went for this like sustained aggression. Okay, I guess the cards are 0, 6, 5, 4 Foco that are up. Picks up the Astral. Astral, of course, not going to do anything without the gauge, so that's going to be a burst next turn. Does Ken take a strike action before the burst happens, I guess is the question. Looking at that hand, 6, 5, 4, 0 Foco. Axe kick is free. So, I mean, does Ken have the axe kick? Ken has a speed 8 cross. Cross will not get caught by that Volante. We are range 2. So the Volante will at least have a little bit of armor on it. Of course, Clover not stunned, so must advance 1 or 2. Funnily enough. I mean, MiX gets some value out of the light, gets a free 2 damage cross. And honestly, if you're Ken in that position, you can bleed value. Like, you don't need to get every single ounce of value out of all your cards here because your cards are so good. So maybe it's okay. I guess it looked a lot better once Chykka didn't like strike into it and just boosted his own light. Clover advances 2. Okay, interesting. Ken, I guess, hard telegraphing that he does not have the axe kick. And here comes the burst. Draw 2, take another action. Clover with 4 cards in hand has to deal 13 damage. Definitely still advantage Ken here as far as the resources are concerned, as far as options are concerned, as far as positioning is concerned. Advantage Ken, but Clover still has avenues back into this game. Not super far behind. Clover initiating strike. This is like a pure mix-up. Just a cross into a block. Uncurved cross into a block. MiX drops the assault. Takes no damage. Throws that cross away. Clover back to range 4. Ken just preps. Hado's okay. Hado now looks way worse when the Nirvana moves up. We'll see the Nirvana action come out. As an action, you may move Nirvana 1 space. So Nirvana now at range 1. Hado looks way worse here than it did before. So the thing is, if Ken wants to close in, he can't close into range 3. He's down both copies of Assault. He just gets eviscerated at range 3 on defense. With the defend boost, maybe not so much. But even then. Ken's range 3 game on defense is looking pretty weak. Maybe that's Chykka's avenue back into the game. We'll see just the Nirvana action again. Nirvana now making the sandwich. Ken closes in to range 3. We'll have to discard for end of turn. Discards a dive. Yet another range 3 option down. Could this be the avenue for Chykka to get back into the game? Although I guess MiX is hard threatening. Actually, one card that I kind of neglected to mention is this one. The attack on this one. Gurren is looking really good here, actually. Notably, it doesn't always hit, but see parry come out. Parry on a reading again. MiX really doesn't want to get red. But this Gurren Senpukyaku will hit quite often. Actually, Chykka techs it. Notably, I hit Chykka with a very similar Gurren Senpukyaku like 12 hours ago. So it's still fresh in his mind. And yeah, now we're just going to see the True Master boosted instead. Going to be matched by the Volante. Think, yeah, Ken just close to range 2, discard the Grasp. So, Ken at range 2 with +1 speed and +2 power over Clover. I mean, similar position to last time, right? This critical axe kick is looking really good here for Ken at 7 power. Such is the power of True Master, right? Unfortunately, it's kind of a weird game, right? Where Ken's offensive game's probably better than Clover's, but also Clover waiting just means Ken gets more time to draw True Masters into axe kicks at range 2. It's really sad. Notably, I mean, we can still, like, threaten things. Like, with Anima, we can threaten, like, a speed 8. With the boost on Anima, we can threaten something like a speed 8 Brio to try to contest speed. Right? With the fine-tuning. It's really expensive though. We can also like do like this really scuffed aerial leap, but it doesn't really help, I think. We're gonna see the duet come out. Wow. Wait, what is the singular card that duet is a thing? Wait, what? Discards the Anima to do so. The is this just a? Is this just like a? What is this? It's a Cantabile at speed 8. Okay, yeah, that contests the axe kick. Unfortunately, it's gonna run into the EX focus, so that's gonna hit hard. That's gonna hit back for what 7. This Cantabile deals. I mean, it was an option that contested speed, right? The Cantabile. Yeah, there's an after advanced retreat one. I'm pretty sure Clover's been spending the whole game in the corner though. Yeah, I mean, I guess Chykka did have like a fast option there to contest the speed 8 axe kick, speed 8 EX axe kick even, but MiX just calls it out with the EX focus, right? So there was technically a mix up there. It was a spike Cantabile mix up from Chykka. Chykka strikes with 1 card, takes it back. It's probably contending with a future axe kick, if not an EX one. An EX axe kick just wins games here, though, right? Just the card quality of Ken is too good in this position. I mean, Brios can still contest speed here, right? A Brio would be speed 8, which is now in play since Nirvana's at range 1. But as Ken, you don't have to swing with the axe kick right away, right? You can even take a turn to disable the Nirvana. And then swing with an axe kick after that, right? You're up 11 to 4 HP. Maybe that's actually advised. Chykka going for a strike here. I mean, Brio speed 8. It's mix up city though. We're going for the defensive axe kick. It's the Foco, and the axe kick will outspeed that and take game 1. MiX taking game 1 with the Ken against the Clover. Clover not really working out there. Duets were a little low damage for Clover. He played 3 of them, and they were, what, 3 Cantables? Yeah, I mean, this... Like, what are you gonna do about axe kick once the light comes out? Literally nothing. And wait, this is the best of 5 sets, so we still have a lot of game left. MiX takes it 1... MiX up 1-0, though. We'll have the Hakumen next. I'll actually just go ahead and replace these cards with Hakumen's cards right now, because I'm like 99% sure the Hakumen's coming out. Chykka can re-up with the Clover, or can go to Vega, Fight, or Carmine. I'll actually make comments on this after the characters have been chosen, because again, I did play a couple games as Hakumen into Chykka yesterday as well for practice. So I guess the real solution to Clover against Hakumen against Ken there, just win more mix-ups, I guess. I think Clover lost 2 key strikes there. That EX focus into the Cantabile was definitely one of them. The EX assault into the single Foco to disable Nirvana was another one. And if you give Ken 2 strikes like that, where he's not even using his quote-unquote guaranteed options, you're going to have a bad time, right? Because Ken is too good of a character. Clover's staying on the board. Notably, all the cards are gone, but MiX is throwing away half his Hawkman or his Ken. Oh no, it's just hidden. Okay, never mind. How? What's going on here with Nirvana? What's? Oh, is this text an object that Nirvana is like standing on? What is going on here? Huh. Interesting. Wait, MiX, if he's going by the pattern that he's going with, this is going to be his Hawkman. Notably, I did play a couple games of Hawkman against Chykka yesterday, and Chykka was planning on picking the Carmine against Hawkman. We played 2 games of Carmine Hawkman yesterday, alongside the 3 games of Fight Ken. Let's see Chykka not start with the fight. I thought that matchup was like okay-ish, although Chykka did lose some of the games, but that matchup was okay-ish. I don't know about Clover into Ken though. I feel like Clover is too low on the tier list. We're actually gonna see fight. So none of the games that I practice with Chykka are coming into play here. We're gonna see fight into the Hawkman. Fight is a character that can boost power into Hawkman's non-interactivity. So that's something to watch out for. Let's go ahead and replace the cards here with Fight's cards. Anytime you're able to overload power, you're generally gonna be like okay-ish against Hawkman. I mean, Hawkman still has the inevitability factor, and he has all the non-interactivity, and he can always just draw EXs to counter your extra power. But this is an interesting choice. I don't mind this choice. I personally never played this matchup before. But maybe Fight's ranged options plus his power will be enough to convince Hawkman to play the game. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, Fight gonna go first here. Hawkman second. I don't know. I just think I do like this choice just for the ability to overload your attacks with power. Plays well to Hawkman, who's, I mean, largely a defensive monster, right? But I mean, Hawkman can just draw a random EX to blow Fight up, but at the same time, like, I think this is probably a good choice. Notably, both players have saved Carmine for later in the set. Will we see another Carmine Bear? I really hope not, but wait, we're going to see Chykka prep turn 1. Notably, Hawkman does have one really good boost here, Fumajin, which performs really well into Fight, because Fight will have to move into like a melee range. We are just going to see Hawkman advance to range 1. Fight's kit doesn't really have too many good melee options, especially with 0 gauge. Fight's kit actually has 0 good melee options. I mean, Retreating Bolt is speed 6 at range 1, not great. That's a fireball. This card's garbage. This is another fireball. The LG is good at kind of a mid-range, 2 to 3, as is the flamethrower. We're actually just going to see the flamethrower boosted as Explore, now Advanced Retreat 2. Hit put to the top 2 cards of your deck into the gauge. So if I can get really good value here, if he's able to cross, MiX says no, I'm going to move to range 1 with the Gurren. Pops the dive in there as well. That's gauge number 2 for Hawkman. Reminder, Hawkman needs 8 gauge to exceed and become and start playing the game, except not really playing the game, just playing a whole different game. See the speed shell come out, +1 speed after retreat 1. We're like really hard telegraphing crosshair, I think, for Chykka. Parry misses. I'm assuming that's a parry focus. We see a hand of, that's a lot of normals. 2, 3, 6, 7 power jump retreating bolts. Wow, that's a hand. Will Chykka have to, and not like a good looking hand, will Chykka have to CC here? And yeah, MiX calling out the parry focus, I already knew it. MiX is a player I feel like has always been a little bit weak to reading, especially in the earlier sets that I've seen him play. So he's just counteracting this by just parrying focus all the time. I mean, when you're playing these characters with kind of inevitability, one of the easiest ways to pop inevitability is with reading, right? In this game, just like you have a chance at breaking any setup. With the reading, right? Ice Papa noting that Zanshin could be a boost that MiX could turn to with stun immunity to attempt to trade up against any +2 power option that MiX throws. We have no idea what Chykka's going to do with this hand. He's kind of stuck in a really bad spot. Will he be forced to CC? And if he hits a grasp, at least he'll get value out of it with this, right? Or hits a cross, rather. At speed 7. Power jump eats sweep. It's not that bad. No, don't. No. Power jump. Just the boost is so valuable on it as well, I think, for fight. Fight's a character that has like weird options sometimes in hand. Because of just kind of. I mean, this is a very specific card. This is a very specific card, especially into Hawkman, who's basically just always going to stand at melee against you. You need that movement option to get out, I think, as well. And like this card does what, little baby damage. EX power jump is a funny option that doesn't really do a whole lot. Wait, are we going to see Chykka strike here with the cross? Looks like we are. I mean, could be a sweep. Oh, it's just grasp. Okay, and then discards the spike and the cross for +2 power on it. I think there's still a normal left in Chykka's hand, though, right? I can't remember which one. Oh, there's a sweep left. Oh, Chykka going for the retreating bolts. This is a speed 7 retreating bolts. Goes back to range 4. Hakumen just blocks, drops the second Shippu for it. I mean, but also, I mean, it's Hakumen. We'll get him back. Don't worry about that. We get 2 gauge for fight, which is nice. That's a dive and the second retreating bolts there. I guess power jump, you know what? This does get some credit. It actually does randomly beat a lot of slow Hakumen melee options. Also beats his Zantetsu, right? Like we'll trade with an Enma. We'll beat the Zantetsu, we'll beat a sweep. We'll only take 4 damage from a Shippu. Not nearly as terrible as we thought. Well, here's a reading. Reads the grasp into the Gurren. MiX does have to spend a gauge for this, so it's not the freest Gurren. Right. Just preps afterwards. Pops a Yukikaze into gauge. That's gauge number 5 for MiX. First damage this game as well. Light comes out for fight. I mean, we're just on top deck mode for now. Gets immediately teched. MiX doesn't even want to deal with that. Pops his Zantetsu with the gauge. Gauge number 6. But like fight without the power jump boosts, like gets caught in this kind of situation too often, I think, is the issue. This kind of like fight in the corner and Hakumen just kind of here. Great, so power jump would get him out. We're actually just going to see the defend boost get teched. We're going to see it replaced with just a better defend boost in the massive. That's now gauge number 8 built for MiX. Oops, sorry about that. I accidentally held down the W key. Well, I mean, okay. There's a spike boost for Chykka, immediately matched by the power. I mean, just threatening big strike here. At the very least, Hakumen's bleeding information as he always does, so options are somewhat thin, but also not really. I mean, Hakumen has now built 9 gauge before fight's gotten a hit in. That's gotta be a little scary. Chykka down both spikes now as well. Wait, actually down both spikes and both dives. Oh no, you can't be down mid speeds against Hakumen this early into the game. You have 1 copy of Flamethrower. That's your only mid speed left. That's really bad. Oh god, it was a big CC. I didn't see what cards were spent. All right, well, there goes the tracker for a fight. There it goes. It was a good run. This MiX boost light, just creating this uncontestable setup. Now, does Spike from MiX just beat everything that fight throws? Not everything, because there can obviously be an offensive assault. But I mean, if Chykka initiates into this fight, Hawkman's not playing Spike, right? I guess no. EX Lightning Gun's not even enough. EX Lightning Gun's only 7 damage on front side. It'd have to be like an offensive flamethrower or an offensive assault. It's the only options that beat Spike, and they only beat it on offense, not defense. We're giving up on the card tracker for blue side, by the way, because she could just CC'd like 4 from hand or something, but I didn't really catch it. And we'll be giving up on the card tracker for Hawkman as well, because it's Hawkman. But I mean, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. I mean, fight does have readings left. Fight does have readings left to try to defuse the setup. That's basically the only way you're going to defuse it, right? You just hope. Assuming that MiX is playing around reading, not keeping normals in hand. You just try to read the top deck. It's gross, but I don't know what else you do. But right now we have +1 range and +2 to everything else. Literally every stat is boosted right now, as Hans has pointed out. Yeah, absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And then right after that, we're going to be dealing with Exceed Hawkman, right? Well, I mean, I don't see any other way to defuse this other than a reading, honestly. I really, really don't. Both players now taking a look at Fight's discard. That is, what, 10 gauge for Hawkman there? Nice, healthy, fair amount of gauge. MiX checking that discard again. I guess this was the opportunity I should have taken to check Fight's discard to get the card tracker back on track. Should I do it? Maybe. Let's do it. We've worked so hard to get the card tracker, so might as well do it. Explosive shot, assault, cross, spike, flamethrower, electrocharge, grasp, sweep, dive, railgun, power jump. Alright. And then here we have spike, dive, retreating bolts, retreating bolts. Alright, boom. Card tracker now back online, although I'm pretty sure I missed one Hawkman card, but there we go. We've done it. No spikes and no dives makes Hawkman melee super scary for when he exceeds. Just free free Zantetsus unless you can overload an attack on defense. Right. You're not even exceeded, so you can only overload 2 times. What can you even overload here? Looking at what fight has left, just the ultras really, just one flamethrower left to deal with the green numbers that Hakumen will throw. Real lull in the action here. Chykka decides how he can get out of this scenario. This is so bad. Okay, well, here comes the reading, as we alluded to like 10 minutes ago. And it's going to be a reading with expenditure. With 2 force. What's the read? Read is unsuccessful. Probably just read the spike, went for the flamethrower. And yeah, that is red focus. Okay. Well, that is what, 5 power grasp. EX, Yanagi, and Shippu in the hand for Hakumen. Just preps, builds another gauge. There's the focus. Yeah, I mean, that was basically just hope that your opponent top decks the thing, right? Now you have 0 mid speeds left outside of the ones you can manufacture with +2 power. You spent both your gauge. Is this game already over? I mean, Fight is the king of comebacks, right? It's just that he needs power to do so. So he needs force to do so. As the hand is now known for MiX. I think I missed a parry somewhere along the line. What do you do here as Fight? I have no idea. I don't know, just the inevitability, man. Literally, Hakumen's halfway through to his second exceed already. He's got 12 gauge, I'm pretty sure, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Hakumen has 13 gauge right now. This is like, he's gonna daisy chain exceeds because he's gonna build 3 gauge on exceed side. He's gonna daisy chain exceeds. How can you deal with this? How can you ever deal with this? You don't have, like, Fight doesn't have the right cards to deal with this either. Like, completely out of mid speeds. Like, the best mid speed you can get right now is Fight is like a 6 damage assault, and 6 damage is not going to do anything to Hakumen here. Is this game over? Does Chykka have to, like, reshuffle soon to get his mid speed options back so that he just doesn't automatically die to slows? Just preps. I mean, now this is the Hakumen Exceed, obviously. Let's see what we get. Get a reading, get a Shippu, get a block for parries, get a Yukikaze, get a Zantetsu probably. Get an Enma. Yeah, get an Enma. Get a Gurren. Get a Zan. And get a... probably... You don't even need a tech. Maybe you just take an emergency tech just in case light comes out. Yeah, okay, looks good to me. Well, we'll take a look at Hakumen's Exceed side here. Your gauge costs are reduced to 0, so all these cards are now free. And Hakumen can now quote unquote interact with you. Good luck. Have fun. This is absolutely brutal. No astral. Yeah. Unfortunately, you can't astral. Because listen, man. If you take your reshuffle now, your win percentage goes from like 100% to like 99%, and that's just unacceptable. Okay, it drops the dive to bring back a Shippu. Will he just strike with a Shippu here? Yeah, but MiX really just all over this one. Okay, I mean, here's the strike. Fight's out of crosses. Fight has and Fight doesn't have the retreat bolts either. What does Fight even do about this? This is just free Zantetsu or free Shippu. Yeah, it's the power jump. There we go. Power jump will avoid 4 damage there. Power jump will go first. We'll hit for 4. I'll retreat 2, push 1, making interaction more difficult for Hakumen. Hakumen will hit back for 4. Didn't Hakumen take the correct amount of damage there? Oh yeah, he did defend up as well. Yeah, Hakumen did take the correct amount of damage. Oops. There we go. Your saving grace is now Hakumen's at range 5, so it'll take time to get in, and can only pepper you with a 4 damage Shippu on his way. Hey, power jump actually useful here. In a way. In a like very sad, pathetic way, power jump is useful here. Right. It's a good call out by Hans there in the chat. Anyway, it is Fight's turn here. How in the world are you going to do 29 damage? At the very least, MiX didn't put a cross in his overdrive area, so you can't run for free. I mean, you can have the second cross in hand, but there's a mistake. Maybe it's a mistake. I don't know. Probably not even that big of a mistake. Fight's been prepping a lot. I don't know what Fight's prepping for. Is this an explosive shot with +2? I mean, it'll do 5 damage. Explosive shot actually gets hit back by the Shippu. Yeah, and there's second Shippu. It's the Electro Charge. So Electro Charge will do 5, and Shippu will still hit back. Okay. Electro Charge, of course, being 4 to 6, 7, 1, 6. There. Shippu obviously hits full board. Anyway, it is now going to be Hakumen's turn. Drops the Zantetsu to bring back a Yukikaze. Probably just spends force to run in if he doesn't run. Drops a Yukikaze and a Renka to move to range 2. Range 2 is going to be extremely difficult for Fight to get out of the way of anything. Zantetsu just literally beats everything here that Fight has left at range 2. Literally everything. Hakumen ready to daisy chain Exceeds with more Shippus left. I mean, this game was over like 20 minutes ago, right? I really don't... I hate to be really pessimistic about it, but this game was legitimately over so long ago. What was known to mix his hand? Wait, what did Fight do? Did Fight just prep? Fight probably just prepped. Drops a block, picks up a Gurren, I believe. Now striking with the X Gurren. Just get guaranteed damage in. Could also be something cheeky like an EX sweep. But Gurren will build gauge number 8. Will gain advantage. Hakumen builds gauge number 8, as I said. But Gurren will be 4 power, building advantage. Then Hakumen can literally daisy chain Exceeds if he wants. Probably won't, but can. Actually, probably should, given the fact that Fight has just an awful arrangement of cards left in his deck. Probably just a block here. Yep, it's EX Gurren into the block. That's 4 power. Fight will probably block all of it. Spends the power jump to do so. Did he do his card? I don't think he did. Yeah, Chykka reminding him. Alright. Hakumen de-exceeds, immediately boosts defend. There's nothing that Chykka can do about this defend. Has just been caught on this absolutely awful deck comp for so long. Wonder if the early Exceed comes out from MiX here on the next turn, just to try to punish this deck. Looks like a reshuffle is finally coming for Chykka. Just ended up with just the worst smattering of options. Yeah, looks like Chykka going for the reshuffle here. I mean, options are back. Yes, the classic pass turn boost on the Gido. Hit, advance up to 1. The opponent must discard a card at random. AKA, pass turn, build a gauge. Very cool. Fight on short side of the board, so, I mean, at the very least, has cards now to start overloading his attacks, or has attacks now that can be overloaded to deal with Hakumen defenses, but also not really. Like, what are you going to do about something like a sweep here with a defend up for Hakumen? What does Fight do? Got caught with a dive in the gauge as well. Sets the mid speed down already. You've drawn 1 card. MiX is now up to 10 gauge. Good character. Good character. Good, healthy character. Okay, here in comes the light. Immediately text. Hawkman will be exceeding soon, has 3 cards left in his deck. Pretty sure the card tracker screwed up for Hawkman because I accidentally crossed out the cards that were known in hand. So there are 2 cards that are known in hand here that I just don't remember what they are. I don't think it really even matters too much because Hawkman's going to be exceeding soon anyway. Chykka just preps. Out comes the massive. We now have 3 armor and 5 guard with Agito. And I mean, Chykka just is feeling forced to try to reload here, but now this next strike is just looking so bad. Already down 8 life, facing down another exceed. This is comical at this point. Now the Zantetsu is a 1-3, 7 power, 3 armor, 11 guard. Good luck starting that with your +2 power fight. Thank you, MiX. Giving fight an opportunity to read if he's drawn it in the top 2, but like, what are you even reading here? Okay, there's the reading. Are you really popping something? Oh, it's the flamethrower. Oh, Chykka drew a flamethrower and a focus. Nice. Owned. Alright, diffuses the setup. I mean, not a very... Did Chykka overload it? I feel like Chykka overloaded. Yeah, you're right. It was just 1. Yep. Anyway, we're gonna see the exceed from Hawkman now. Literally 5 armor on that focus. Chykka took 1. Or, sorry, MiX took 1. That's a second mid speed down for fight. In comes exceed number 2. That's so sad that fight had to defuse it with the mid speed. Wait. Yep, here's exceed number 2. We look in here, we see EX Shippu, a block, a cross, a EX cross even, a Gurren, a light, and a Renka. Okay, fight just going for it. Why'd the focus not hit? Focus got stunned because of the ignore guard property on Flamethrower. Yep. One of the very crucial cards in this matchup for that reason. Unfortunately, was spent just doing 1 damage, and fight spent 2 gauge and 2 force on it, so... I mean, who really won that? I guess Chykka really won that because he didn't lose his life on it. So there you go. EX Enma at speed 7. We'll go first hit for 5, and the sweep will hit back for 7, I believe. Pulls the Yanagi out of the hand. I mean, fight accelerating to an endgame, but don't think you can accelerate very much more, because Hawkman's just going to beat you to it, right? Drops the cross to bring back a Shippu. 3 cards in hand. Striking with a single card. Wonder what this is. Fight doesn't even have any resources left. Can't even like overload something. Like once fight spends that sweep, suddenly you can't overload an 8 damage sweep to pop a Shippu. We're going to see a 2 force expenditure into a wild swing, baby. It's a 6 damage assault into a 6 damage sweep. Kind of sad. Discarding the last card, it's the LG. It's now Fight's turn. Fight preps. MiX drops the cross, brings back the Shippu, has EX Shippu in his hand. MiX has Chykka's 1 dive to his name. Notably, I'm pretty sure there's no way Fight can do 8 damage in a strike now. So MiX can just strike with 1 Shippu here. And not 2. Doesn't have to strike with 2. Because both sweeps are down, and we're not in range for a dive or a spike to hit. And we're on frontside fight as well. We're not even on backside fight. Backside fight can pop those defenses, but needs like a sweep now, and both sweeps are down for Chykka. Is there a way Fight gets back into this game? I'm gonna say no. But I also said no half an hour ago, and we're still going. But that's just the plight of a Hakumen player, right? Plight's not the right word, but you know what I mean. Chykka's 2 cards in hand. I mean, could have the second flamethrower, I guess. But then the question is, but then what, right? Flamethrower would do 2 damage. Unless it's overloaded. Spends 2 gauge as well. MiX does need to be careful, I guess. I guess not really. Is there a world where Fight can do 10 damage before MiX draws a Yukikaze? We'll take a look at Yukikaze here. Just in case this character wasn't inevitable enough, we gave him your life cannot be reduced by 1 during the strike smile. Chykka checking his own discard might be thinking of a wild swing here. Try to wild swing the flamethrower. Wild swing a power jump to not immediately die to the Shippu. Do you spend resources on any for Chykka? Is the other question. Do you spend for +2 power? Will that matter? Will that reduce the number of combats it takes you to win the game by 1? Okay, Chykka strikes with a card from hand. Is it the second flamethrower? It's a grasp. Okay, grasp will deal 1 damage. Shippu will not kill. Chykka down to his last point of HP. 1 card to his name. 4 gauge. Hakumen has 9 life. 1 guaranteed Shippu in hand. 1 unknown card, I believe. Chykka just preps. Here's a funny option now. Railgun. I hope MiX isn't throwing the game here by playing Shippu, because a +2 power railgun actually just wins the game. Okay, he's not. Okay, that's game. Okay, thank God. Thank God MiX didn't throw the game there. Gurren beats the dive on the wild swing. Notably, MiX could have died here in this position. MiX could have died in that position. If this was a wild... Oh, the lightning guns are down. Oh, never mind. The lightning guns are down. Okay. Then, yeah, I mean, Chykka needed, like, a cross to get out into the railgun. Closer than you would expect, but in the end, I mean, the inevitability of Hakumen, too strong. Too strong. And yeah, that railgun was an option at the end there. MiX just, I guess, hoping that the EX railgun wasn't drawn. But anyway, that is going to be MiX taking game 2 as well. only needs one more game to win. We'll have 3 chances to do so with either the Plague Knight or the Carmine. So just for those of you guys that don't know the backstory behind this, MiX was once a Plague Knight main. Week 1, he fought against a player named Zeus Pegasus. He won game 1 and then proceeded to lose 2 straight games as Plague Knight, and has since never picked Plague Knight. So we are almost assuredly going to see the Carmine come out. Chykka does have a couple Carmine counters, or I mean, I think Vega's a Carmine counter. So Chykka does have the Vega that he can bring out here to deal with the Carmine. But we'll have to perform a reverse sweep against the Carmine. That is, well, I mean, now's the time when legends are formed, I guess. If you're attempting a reverse sweep against the Carmine. I'm just going to put Vega here because I'm like 99% sure Chykka's going to go for the Vega. So I unrelatedly, I've played Vega into Chykka's Carmine, and I think we both agree that it's Vega favored. Fights another character that performs okay. Yeah, Hans is same idea. Yeah, fights another character that performs okay. I just like Vega more personally for the Carmine matchup. Like, I legitimately do think Vega is favored against Carmine, so I'm not sure about Fight being favored. I mean, Fight can definitely fight, no pun intended, but it's labbed? Yes, it is labbed. It's labbed by yours truly as well, so you know you can trust it. Smile. Fight might be even or close to even. Would not be surprised. Big red numbers are good. Probably a little snowbally of a matchup, if I had to guess. Okay, yep, and here comes the claw. What if MiX brings out the Plague Knight? How hype would that be? Nope, it is the Carmine. Just as we predicted. So this is going to be game 3, best of 5. Chykka, back to the wall. Back to the wall. Actually, all things considered, had an unironically decent shot at winning game 2. Because Yukikazes were not available for MiX. And Railguns win games there. But yeah, I mean, Carmine has been an absolute monster all tournament. I believe, let me take a look at the stats here. Carmine this tournament is 25-4. Well, this is the matchup. This isn't the matchup to make it 25-5. I think. So let's see it happen. Technically, Chykka has a Vega, and then a Fight, and then a Carmine Mirror for game 5. So it is possible. It's going to be very, very difficult. Let's see it happen. Okay. Almost assuredly Vega will go first. There it is. Take a look at Vega's kit here. If you're at the edge of the arena, bigger red numbers. Look at the kit here. Fast. Big red number. Big red number. Big red number. Fast. Big red number. Good boost. Big red number. Carmine kit dissolves. Take a look at dissolve here. Before, if you're ranged towards the opponent, includes space, extra range, extra power, and add this to gauge. Take a look at Carmine's kit here. Here's a saving grace in the matchup. Thrust is kind of annoying to deal with. Sweep like 1 to 4, 1 to 3, armored, armored, ignore armor even. DP, game closer, like 1 to 4, 9 6, not bad. Sun immune. There's the kit for you. You can see, yep, the standard turn 1 Vega play, retreat to the corner. So Vega as a character has different options for all these different ranges, right? Here's like a close to mid-range fast attack. Here's your long-range attack. And we're going to see the Dissolve placed at range 2 to immediately threaten the Thrust. We'll take a look at Thrust here. So Thrust is being threatened here because, of course, you calculate from the Dissolve. And we're going to see the Carmine shuffle after a Fierce boost from Vega. So notably, this shuffle makes RCF slower. So RCF right now is a 1-3-6. Vega immediately striking Mix Up City. Is this the Flying Barcelona, or is it the RCF Mix Up City here for Vega? Carmine focuses. It is the RCF. RCF will deal 5 damage after armor. Do not stun. Focus will hit back for 4. Focus will draw a card as well. You do have to be willing to play some of these mix-ups. I will say that. We see the superior boosted for Carmine. Next attack is EX. Vega now mid-board. Not a whole lot of resources to name. At the very least, this dissolves in the middle of nowhere. We see a defend boost, early defend boost at range 1 for Chykka. We're going to see the second dissolve placed down right underneath Vega. So now this second dissolve can come into play with a 1 to 3. Something like a sweep does 10 power here. Vega has like a cross right now. That's looking good. Would you even boost the Flying Barcelona in this scenario? Maybe. Just get out of here though, if possible. I mean, Carmine can always shuffle back and bring this dissolve into play. Shuffle back, bring this dissolve into play. I don't even know if the resolution is good enough that you can see the mouse. I'm pretty sure you can, but... Chykka now checking his own discard. Man, how sick would a turn 1 with that first strike being the Flying Barcelona would be? Feels like Mix is just playing the quote-unquote safe option in all these mix-ups. Like the one that, I guess, yeah, basically the... Okay, we're actually going to see the Sky High Claw boosted. Spending the dive to do so. So takes the other side of the corner, gets away from the setup, and boosts Fierce to match the spike. Not bad at all. Will Carmine just shuffle? Yep, he will. Brings it back. Brings the dissolve forward. Vega now has to turn to strike, but doesn't really have a lot of resources to do so, unfortunately. Carmine, of course, will be discarding a known normal. Not a known normal, but a normal that can be read in the future. Reading is kind of the bane of a slowish setup character, so makes sense here. Immediately boost dissolve number 3 on the board. This is looking kind of scary. Plus 4 power in front of Carmine with plus 0-2 range. Basically, any option will hit full board here, as long as it hits 1 to 2. Vega does not have his claw boost up yet, which would bolster his mix-up game supremely here. Can still strike with a speed 6 and a critical Scarlet Terror, so it would be a 1 to 4, 7, 6. The only issue is that if MiX calls it outright with a twist, that would be sad. That'd be very sad. It'd be a 6-power twist. So I mean, MiX is definitely dominating this mix-up thus far. We are going to see the claw come out. Plus 0-1 range, and your attacks are auto crits. We see Carmine immediately strike into that. If this is just a cross from Carmine, I think it's really sad for Vega. Maybe, depending on whether there's like a decent defensive option as a follow-up for Carmine. Cross is like a safe option here. Twist is a fast option that just steals 7. Oh yeah, I forgot we have Superior in play for Carmine as well. Because it's going to be plus 0 to 2 range, plus 4 power if both the dissolves go off. Chykka cannot afford to lose the strike. So I guess you gotta guess fast slow here. Whether we're going twist, could even just be going with a speed 6 assault, although that would lose to a card like Pounce. Can he even has to be worried about like a cheeky spike here? Spike will hit 2 to 4, speed 4. Unlikely to get stunned out. Actually, no, kind of likely to get stunned out. It's only 6 defenses if it misses. Okay, Chykka is responding with 1 card in hand. Reminder, this is auto crit. It's going to be Scarlet Terror. It is the cross. Chykka gets stunned, takes 7. Or takes 6, rather. Actually, no, yeah, takes 7 because EX. Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad. I mean, at the very least, Flying Barcelona is free-ish now. But Vega has so little cards in hand. Has so little resources. Lost the first mix-up relatively evenly, but invested a lot into it. Lost the second mix-up pretty badly. Yeah, the cross is unbeatable. We were just kind of hoping it wasn't cross there, right? If we're Vega. And or we're hoping we'll just kind of block. Right, I think it's unlikely that MiX goes for a spike there. MiX is not the kind of player to go for a spike there. Carmine now has 2 dissolves engaged, which means an Exceed's almost assuredly coming out, where Carmine can recur these from Gage. What is going on here? Oh no, Chykka's on tilt! He just tried to play a dive as a reading! Oh no. He hasn't even touched a Season 6 character yet. He just tried to read something. And play Flying Barcelona. Unless he was reading like an Assault or something, in which case he was going to play like a Sky High Claw. Not Sky High Claw. What's the option that hits at range 5 for Vega? Oh, it is still the Flying Barcelona. Unless he read Dive. Oh no. That's gotta just. That's mentally taxing right there. Okay, Chykka just preps. Here comes the VO from Carmine. Take a look at backside Carmine's UA. Bam. I'd assume Carmine's next turn would be threatening a thrust to try to pop the more damaging options that Vega has. So blood pool right around here. Just not very much has gone Chykka's way here. Is that a mix-up? No, that is an expenditure of 1 force to move to range 8. Just hard telegraphing that he has a block in hand, daring Chykka to come in with the Flying Barcelona. Which, at critical, will be 9 power, but spends all of Vega's resources, namely his gauge. See parry come out. Parry a thrust. Parry block. Interesting. Okay. Just Chykka wanting to try to guarantee that the Flying Barcelona goes through. Carmine just preps in response. Says, okay, I still have a block left in my deck. If I don't have it already in my hand. Could even have an answer to Flying Barcelona with a card like EX Pulverize. Which has exactly 9 defenses. I believe Flying Barcelona on front side is 9 damage, right? Yes, +2/+2 is 9 damage. Flying Barcelona. Does MiX have the EX Pulverize? That's a fun answer to the crit Flying Barcelona. Chykka going for it. There it is. EX Pulverize. EX Assault. EX Assault. Didn't have it. Okay. Weird. Unexpected. But okay, the Flying Barcelona hits. Claw takes life lead. Carmine takes positioning with the EX Assault and immediately places a dissolve down, gets teched, and now the Stun Immune Ultra Dissolve comes out now, so this can be played as a combat choice from this position. Huh. I'm like shocked to see that MiX didn't have the EX Pulverize. He was just like he was just like, okay, I'll lose this strike, but I'll gain positioning afterward. And this position is pretty good for Carmine here. Of course, the Flying Barcelona closes 1 as well, so you can't get free corner to corner shenanigans unless you're positioned awfully. Which explains, of course, why MiX moved back from range 7 to range 8, like 5 turns ago. Don't think I actually pointed that out. But yeah, if you stand at range 7 from Vega, you're allowing corner to corner gameplay, and that's no good. But yeah, I mean, the EX Assault for positioning, Gets you a little bit of armor, but I think mostly for positioning. Plus, it means that your assault can't get red later. As we're going to see the spin come out, as the Raid Blood take 1 non-lethal damage, play an Ultra Boost from your discard, advance to retreat 2, now threatening a 7 damage thrust. Thrust is kind of the bane of your existence. It's my, I feel like it's my go-to parry target. Wonder if we see something like a Repel Leap come out from Vega here. Has a good-sized hand. Take a look at the boost on Repel Leap. If you're at the edge of the arena, move to any space and strike. Gain your abilities, power, and speed bonuses during this strike. So can get out of there, can go corner to corner and get +2 power on his next strike. That's another reason why I think this matchup is good for Claw. That boost is very good. Bam! We are geniuses. It's going to be Expenditure of the Splendid Claw to do so, and this is going to be a +2 power now strike. Man, that's got to be my favorite feeling as a commentator. When you call the play, and then 5 seconds later, that play comes out. It's got to be my favorite feeling. Although, I mean, it's a pretty expensive play from Vega, right? 4 cards. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, I don't know what to say. That's sad. Incredibly sad. I mean, so many of those Wild Swings lost to Spike with Carmine down EX Assault. And Carmine pulls the dive off the top. And, well, that's a 10 damage swing right there. That's a 10 damage swing. These dissolves stay on the board. They don't get discarded. At least they're on the board in, like, this weird position, but it's got to be demoralizing. We're going to see the Just Defense come out, +3 armor, now strike. Wonder if this is going to be a 9 defense. Give me that. Speak of the Devil, this sweep will do 0 damage. We'll pull a Spike from the hand of MiX. It's Gimme That will hit back for 3. But we'll put Vega, we'll uproot Vega from the corner. MiX will gain 2 life as well. And, it's not looking so good anymore. It's not looking so good. Yep, that was a sweep that healed the opponent for 2. Correct. Okay, Carmine places a blood pool here, shuffles back to the corner, which means Vega can now no longer take the corner. Vega is running out of places to stand on this board. There's 3 dissolves up, and Vega has been unable to stun Carmine. Vega just preps up to a full hand, 2 gauge, can't even threaten an ultra. Whoops. Should be like that. Is this game over? Chykka has 2 readings left. MiX doesn't have very many normals. MiX doesn't have very many cards, but a lot of his normals are down, is the issue. So reading is a way back into this game for Vega, but there's just not a whole lot to read. Especially when MiX plays that EX Assault there. Just on top of the positioning, just gets rid of two normals that can be read, right? And Assault Dive are the normals that Carmine gets read, I feel like, a lot of the time. Because they're normals with no defense and an approach. Hans noting that when Chykka struck with the spike, should have struck with the sweep instead because it's a power sweep. Was there an option that's... You're right, there wasn't really an option that sweep beats that spike doesn't outside of block. If Carmine blocks there, then the sweep is really sad, I think. It's okay, but... You think Chykka was greedy? Or too careful to a player on EX? There were no EXs that were up that would have mattered, I think, for that interaction. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure there were no EXs up. I don't know, man. One of my like go-to anti-Carmine plays is saving sweep for EX sweep. And yeah, I mean, obviously, in tournament, you're gonna have different thoughts. Like I can definitely see why Chykka went for the spike there. But the speed differential really doesn't matter. You're right. The wild swing dive is a way to hedge around wild swing dive. Basically, that's the only thing that would have worked. But at the same time, you're allowing Carmine to potentially block your attack. Has a billion force to his name, so it's totally fine with blocking, right? So we see the claw come out, discarding the second sweep to do so. That's the only downside, is that spike being block is a thing, right? Even though there are 2 dives left, I believe, for Carmine at the time. And yeah, here comes a reading. What's gonna be red? Like cross. Focus was red, and it's a spin. Spin will do 4 damage. MiX gets rid of a reading as well off that. Okay, yeah. Hold on, that spin triggered all the dissolves. I did not even recognize that, so that focus just loses. The dissolves that were out here in no man's land, MiX gets value out of them. And I mean, can Vega come back? Looks like the end. MiX is literally out of readable normals. He has a block, a sweep, and a grasp left. Like, I think this is don't want to be a Debbie Downer here, but this might be it. MiX has EX Twist left, apparently. I don't know if that's accurate, but... Sure, spin goes to Gage. Don't think it matters. A Vega comeback here, it just feels improbable, given board positioning and lack of resources on Vega's side. Yeah, it was a 1-7, 10 power spin. Not bad. Not bad at all. Also got rid of a reading, which was basically one of the only ways Carmine would lose. If you notice, MiX has been doing a really, really good job of just not dying to reading. I think it was one of his weaknesses as a player. Earlier in the year and last year as well, was he was just very, very weak to reading. But he's clearly he's improved that, right? Hasn't been able to been read once this tournament. Vega's going for the reshuffle. Okay, I mean, Hail Mary reshuffle, sure. Flying Barcelona and a sweep caught engage. MiX immediately striking. This is just a twist, right? Does Claw have the block? And even if you have the block, well, Carmine gets advantage. The twist is only 4 power, so I guess you could respond with something like a crit pounce, I guess. Doesn't really do a whole lot. I mean, Carmine's at 13 after that. And of course, this could just be a slow. You could just be playing a sweep or something here. Okay, it's the crit pounce. It's a grasp. Okay. So... Oh. Grasp is lethal. Grasp is 5 power. That is it. Chykka had the block in hand, but, I mean... It's a question of then what, right? I think even if Chykka blocks this attack, this game is over. MiX takes the grand finals of Chimera Summer Bash 3-0 over Chykka. Really, was every match a 3-0 in playoffs outside the first one? That's kind of depressing. But congrats to MiX for finally perennial bridesmaid in the Exceed community for sure. Losing 2 straight grand finals to Calavantis. But finally getting a shot here. Does it in style, right? Drops after week 1, drops only 1 game. Out of what? A billion. Chykka will have to take 2nd place for now, but good showing from him overall. I mean, picked characters that are not relatively well regarded outside the Carmine, with the Vega, the Fight, and especially the Clover. But MiX has not won his last 16 games because MiX lost a Hawkman game to Shelby, right? That was like 9 games ago, I think. He's won 16 of his last 17 games. Should I ask if they want an interview? We might as well. We might as well ask. Alright, we're gonna hop into there.
Sweep mixed up against the duck was.
What, the top deck dive?
Oh, when you top deck the dive.
Yeah.
I was like, I could sweep here. Maybe you'd respond with dive, but maybe you'll respond with spike.
I was thinking of spike, but like my hand all lost spike, right? So I'm like, well, I should just top deck. Just probably just spike, and then wall swing dive. Wall swing dive always wins. I don't know.
I mean, yeah. I was like, maybe you'll get the dive enough to play sweep, but you get the spike.
Yeah.
If you have EX pulverize, but I don't know. Maybe you won't play EX pulverize.
EX pulverize is bad against spike.
Yeah. So maybe I should have just played the sweep anyway.
I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it loses to a lot of wall swings.
So MiX, how's it feel, man? It's been a long time coming, this tournament win, right?
I guess.
Well, I mean, everyone knew you guys were, both strong players, obviously, right? But after week 1, you dropped the plague, and you've won You've won 16 of 17 games.
Yeah.
Plague not high tier enough for you. A- not high enough for you, MiX.
Yeah. You actually have to exceed with him to win. Apparently, you can just play Carmine. Okay, for everyone watching, just ban this character. Fuck it, I don't give a shit anymore. This guy is way too easy to play.
I agree.
I think I play a better Carmine than Hakuman, and I main Hakuman, and I don't play Carmine, so...
Well, Hakuman has some decisions to make, I think.
Yeah, exactly, which is why I play Carmine better.
There you go. So, Chykka, unfortunately, another 3-0 loss in playoffs. Yeah, so what was your strategy for picking characters? Because we practiced matches yesterday, right? We practiced Hakuman, Carmine, and we practiced Fight Ken. And neither of those matchups you chose to, because we knew MiX was going Ken into Hakuman into Carmine, right?
I should have played Carmine into Hakuman. Not really sure why I didn't, but I figured like all my characters had a decent. Shot. Maybe I should have just gone for the highest, the best matchup, I guess, which I ended up not doing. I don't know. Just, like not it wasn't deliberate. Like it was probably a mistake on my part, but it was kind of like I don't know. Like in the moment, I just made.
Any questions from chat? I don't know. There's not that many people in chat here. Would people like to ask MiX or Chykka anything? Because I'm pretty sure we're just gonna get like standard cookie cutter answers that I already know the answer to these questions. I don't have anything prepped either. But
there's nothing new to this one. Like,
No,
I mean, you two were the favorites, I'd say, going into the tournament for sure. So I don't think it's that surprising that the two of you made it to finals. I mean, Chykka took the world by storm with that Carl Clover, I guess. But also, I will say a lot of people didn't really know how to fight against Carl Clover. So, Hans is asking why play Carl in game 1.
I felt like he has some decent tools against Axe Kick, like Conbrio, Consprelay. He can do some advantage chaining, which is like decent against Ken. And it's not like I don't think any of the rest of my Matsu are particularly good against Ken. So one, and then if I'm gonna play Clover, I think the best matchup in the set for Clover is probably against Ken. Maybe I don't know. I mean,
Clover Hawkman's not terrible. I think
it's probably worse than.
I don't know.
Ken cannot defend against Carl, and at least with my Ken of just pairing turn 1, Ken really needs block to defend against Carl, because that's pretty much his only option. You saw his like 7 damage continuous. Like, I have nothing. So.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there were 7 damage. But you mostly paired duet with Cantabile, right? You played 3 duets and 2 of them went with the Cantabile because you didn't have the Brio. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think
which was kind of sad.
So when I played the 2 duets in a row, I played the first one was Cantabile, and then I drew into my Brio. I'm like, oh, nice. Play the second duet right now with the Brio. It's always a threat, right?
The only issue that I saw in that game was the fact that, like, okay, yeah, you got that damage down. But because you were behind in life so early, like, you were both, like, out of resources, and then, like, well, Ken's gonna draw True Masters and Axe Kicks, and then, like, what are you gonna draw, basically?
I mean, Carl can just draw duets, because he doesn't need the speed.
Yeah, he spent 3 of them already at that point.
Right. Well, I mean, that's the win con for Carl, is to just land 4 duets, and deal more damage.
Landing 4 duets is hard. Man,
yeah,
Carl
that's WinCon.
Carl does not have the economy to try to do that.
Right. I think the Astral is also on paper. I mean, it's potentially like something that can deal with Axe Kick, Shinjuken. But I spent all engaged.
I'm gonna parry it if it's ever live. Like, I have like 2 blocks when you reshuffled, but I didn't parry it because it's like it just burst, and you're just gonna prep if I parry anyway. I need the blocks.
Yeah.
So it's block bait, I guess, but like,
yeah, I mean, and, if you parry it, I mean, Clover does like seeing blocks go down, and do it get blocked. So.
But I feel like it's a really high investment to keep 4 gauge just to bait a block, because you're not really gonna spend that gauge anymore. Like, you don't really want to exceed because that matchup's pretty resource intensive.
Okay, a couple more questions. One, MiX, you've called for the Carmine ban. If Carmine gets banned, who's the 3rd character in your roster? Are we going back to the Plague? Are we going back to the Plague? Do you believe?
Yeah.
Wait, you can't find another S tier character?
I just need to practice Plague. That's it. I just stopped him for this tournament because I don't want to be practicing characters while I'm playing the tournament.
Right. And you don't need the Plague, right? You just need 3 characters, and the character rules were such that you could pick 4. So I mean, you had the option to just not play Plague forever.
Yeah, there's always in these tournaments.
Well, I will say I do think Plague is like tier wise, and I know you're a big tier fan. I will say Plague is definitely a step below the other 3 characters that you picked in this tournament for sure, right?
I disagree.
You disagree? Really? Okay.
I think he's like the worst. Maybe Carmen's worse. But
really,
I don't
Okay.
think he's like a stat well known or anything.
Okay.
He's harder to play than the other two, sure, but like,
Yes, agree.
yeah,
Okay, interesting.
I don't know.
Well, thank you for
Anyway,
sharing. Thank you for sharing your opinion on Plague, because I haven't completely. I think Plague's like A minus, and I think the other ones are higher than that. But thank you for sharing your opinion.
he's,
Chykka, you are bringing weird characters to tournaments. What's the next one for you?
Well, the second Japes, I brought Tiger, and then I played against Ken, and I lost terribly.
Yeah,
Don't think I can play for that tournament.
don't bring armor
But
to
I
ignore
might have to
armor.
give it a chance.
Yeah. Who's next? What low tier heroes next? Is it going to be a season 6 low tier hero? Are we looking at perhaps the Chykka Seth coming out? I don't think Seth is that low tier, but
Oh, it's,
I don't know. The Chykka Mika? I like the sound of that.
uh,
Rhymes.
I don't like playing Miko,
You know,
actually.
I don't like Mika's a lot of fun to play, but I would not play her in tournament. I think she'd be frustrating. Hans asks, no Lychee, no Chun, no Nine. I'm assuming this is towards Mix. The character rules for this tournament, Hans, were if you want 4 characters, you can pick one from each season. You have to pick one from each season. So I mean, Mix is obviously going to pick Ken. Mix, I believe, thinks Hawkman is S tier, so we'll go for the Hawkman over the 9, and then obviously we'll play Carmine. So
and Hakuman is also my man, so
yeah, and you've been playing Hawkman for years now, right?
yeah.
And then from season 4, I mean, I don't think season 4 has. I mean, if you claim Plague is like the best, and I think Plague might be just the best.
Plague is the
season
best
4.
season 4
In season 4,
character.
yeah, probably is the thing, right? Just that season 4 has no like.
So it's like easily.
Yeah.
It's I also play Plague Knight.
Yeah, and
I just can't
and
get rusty as him, but I do
Yeah.
play him.
Anyways, I think we're gonna let you guys both go. Congrats to Mix for winning the tournament. Condolences to Chykka, who still got second place, but obviously probably a little bit disappointed that he didn't get first. But yeah, thank you guys so much for letting me cast this game. I had a blast watching the games, and I'll talk to both of you later. All right, that's gonna be it for me. Mix takes the tournament 3-0 in absolutely dominant fashion. Honestly, that's gonna be it for me. Any last words from the chat? Ben Carmine is okay. There we go. Carmine ends the tournament 25-5, I believe. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. If you're watching on Twitch, leave a follow as well. I don't really know what other things you can do on Twitch. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. I do enjoy making a ton of these. And we'll see you for the next one. I don't know when the next one will be. I might be taking a little bit of a break when it comes to commentating. Not really sure yet. Haven't really decided yet. But, I mean, we'll see you when we see you, right? Maybe there'll be a third place match between Miko and Rose that I'll be able to catch. But until next time, goodbye.